Alright guys, so I just played the first hour or 2 hours of Werewolf The Apocalypse Earthblood. It's a long name. It just came out today on the Epic Game Store. I think it's only there right now, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm going to keep it short guys. Also, let it be known, this really is a first impressions video. I didn't play a lot through it, just like the first 2 missions or something. So this is a first impressions and not a complete playthrough review. It's really important that you guys know this. So let's begin. I'm gonna start with the bad things. First, the setting. You're a werewolf and you've got your werewolf pack, and so you're fighting this corporation or something. Like, I don't know for what reason. Maybe it's not even at all what is happening in the story, but that's what the vibe I was getting at the beginning, and I didn't really listen to any of the dialogues because honestly I didn't care. Why didn't I care? Well, that gets me to the second point. The animations in the cutscenes are really bad. They're really stiff. They look like something from 2005, and honestly it doesn't bother me that much most of the time, but you know, at the same time it's not going to make me care about what the characters have to say or care about the cutscenes, so I just skipped them. I didn't care about the story at all, so yeah.
According to the internal files I got my hands on, they treat unprofitable sites like gangrenous limbs.
So, how do we go about this, Rotko? Who does what?
Then the cutscenes and the acting or reactions from the characters next to the cutscene animations itself, they are extremely bad and soulless, and I don't want to spoil anything for you guys, but the reactions, and yeah, it's just so emotionless, and just, yeah, you don't care. It's not capturing. It's just plain bad. There's nothing else to say about that. Then the gameplay. So you have these 3 forms. You can be a human for human interactions with objects and for sneak kills and shooting with a sneaky crossbow. Then you have this wolf form for just sneaking around and, yeah, well, bouncing around. Like, just honestly guys, the bouncing is insane. Just look at it. Come on, man. Sneaky wolf boy. I don't even know what to say about that. But also, it's so obvious as a wolf when you sneak around. It's so obvious what path you should follow. So the sneaking, there's nothing to it at all. It's just so straightforward and so linear, I guess you could call it. But then the third form you have is like this werewolf form, and I think that's what everybody cares about. And this is actually the good part. It is really cool. The fighting feels epic, you feel powerful, and the combat feels like quite okayish, maybe even good once you get used to the somewhat weird and awkward controls. But honestly, I haven't played a werewolf action game before, so to be honest, maybe this is the best way to control a werewolf with superpowers. It felt kind of awkward at first for me, but you know, killing things as an overpowered werewolf in a really brutal manner is fun. I can't deny that, so it's actually quite okay. It's actually quite good, the werewolf fighting. Let's talk about the graphics as well. These are kind of all over the place, and what I mean by that is, in general, they are not bad, but they're not like wow as well. So the main character looks good and is quite detailed, like every side character looks quite solid and so plain and generic. And then when there is text on the back of an NPC character, like you can't even read it from unless you get like 1 meter behind it or something, so that's really bad. And then the final point I want to make is like the main character is actually, that's a quite good point. It's actually quite badass. It's like one of the most badass looking characters I've seen in a long time in a game or movie or whatever, in a show. So they did really well on that part. But to summarize, if you combine everything, I'm not a big fan of the game. Maybe it gets better the further you play. Let me remind you that I just played it less than 2 hours, so it wouldn't be fair for me to say that the game is bad. It just has some pretty obvious flaws that you notice right away. The core werewolf gameplay is good, the main character is awesome, so that's quite good, but the game just didn't capture my interest enough these first 2 hours that I feel the need to continue playing this game. If you are really interested in the game and you are wondering if you should buy it, honestly you should wait for some full reviews of the game to come out and base your decisions on that one, rather than on this first impressions video of me. That's kind of all I have to say. Let me just summarize my first impressions real quick in some bullet points. So the good points are most badass main character in a long time in a game or show or TV, movie or anything, and the werewolf gameplay is really awesome. Some bad points are like the story didn't capture my interest at all. The animations in the cutscenes are really bad. The graphics are really mediocre at best. Generic side characters, boring gameplay next to being an awesome werewolf. Again guys, watch a full review if you have doubts of buying this game. It might be fun in the long run, I don't know about that. Thanks for watching, guys. I didn't want to put too much time in this video, that's why I just played for 2 hours and want to make a quick video about it. If the game was mind-blowingly good, I would have played it further, I would have put a more effort for this video, but it wasn't for me, and I just didn't want to put effort in this video right now. I'm working on another video around the game Valheim. That's something I'm currently working on, so that game seems way more interesting for me right now, and I want to focus on that. That video is coming somewhere next week, I believe, so I hope to see you then, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Come on, man. Sneaky wolf boy.
Quack.